Maybe it's time for all those haters to just take a seat for a minute. Let's let the Monaco Grand Prix stay on the F1 calendar for a little while longer. What's up, Formula One fans? Thank you for tuning in here on F1 America. Guys, we're getting into the Monaco Grand Prix. Exciting. Finally, we have an exciting race. Maybe it's time for all those haters to just take a seat for a minute. Let's let the Monaco Grand Prix stay on the F1 calendar for a little while longer. Guys, it was a really, really exciting race. It was fun to watch. It's Monaco. There's not a lot of overtaking. But when you do get some overtaking, it's risky. It's, last minute braking. It's down the inside. It's a lot of contact. And as a spectator, that's a lot of fun to watch. We also got a little bit of rain. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And that just added that next element for that not element of surprise, but just that next level of excitement, as fans. So having to watch them deal with the tire strategies and the pit stop strategies, and when are we going to, to the intermediates, or do we need to go all the way to full wets? Definitely saw a little bit of mistakes. But overall, guys, I think this was a very successful Monaco Grand Prix as far as just fanfare and excitement. And, even qualifying had a lot of upsets, Checo crashing out in P1. And then, man, just kind of led into a really awful weekend for him. Poor guy, like screws my fantasy team. Had a really, really poor race too. It's, I see some resemblance in the way that he was driving, and also we'll throw a clip up as well of, actually, let's just do that now. Let's take a look at a clip here of Carlos Sainz, and I think he's getting a little too aggressive. So let's go ahead and we'll throw this up. So I saw Sergio was like that too, just wasn't really patient, but also wasn't really making a lot of moves. And then just bad strategy potentially. I know Carlos is, he was very vocal about kind of blaming Ferrari in the strategy and really kind of questioning that. Well, you know what? He ran into the back of Ocon pretty early on in the race, damaged his front wing. Let's take a look at that right now. So as we watch, he's wanting to go and he wants to push. And then going right into the, the big turn, he hits him. I think that kind of set the tone for him for the rest of the race. This is another look at it. He wanted to say that Ocon, dodged in, and it didn't. Ocon was really on the racing line. He just came in real hot. I don't think that's anything other than it was kind of the tone for his race is just very impatient, not really making the best calculated moves. And then they sort of had a little bit of a strategy failure potentially. I don't know. It was exciting. I mean, he was on the back of Ocon. I think Ocon did a really, really fantastic job. Maybe his best race, right? Just defensive. He wasn't really on the attack. He didn't have the car that's going to keep up with the Aston Martin or the Red Bulls. But he definitely defended. Again, as Monaco, overtaking is harder, but we saw some overtakes happening. And I got to give it to Ocon for, finishing out, even with strategy and things. Ferrari tried to get ahead of him, and they just didn't. Ocon drove really, really well, didn't make mistakes. And, he ended up on the podium at third. I think it's exciting, to see. That's, I think, a big step for Alpine. Maybe they're making some good changes with upgrades. Gasly also got seventh. So, both of those guys getting in the top 10 is really, really huge. The next team to kind of look at would be the Papaya, right? Just pulled it out a little bit, right? And they kind of just Lando got 9th and Oscar got 10th. So not huge points, but they both got in the points. I think that's a huge improvement compared to where they've been over the past few weeks, early on in the season. So, kind of looking to see them maybe climb a little bit higher on that as well. And then the Mercedes boys, finishing 4th and 5th, Lewis 4th and George 5th. I know a little controversy for George. He had a penalty. He also thought that he could get ahead of Lewis and challenge Ocon a little bit more. And then end up having a little bit of car problems and just not having the pace. So I don't know that, he really had as much pace as he thought, but rain definitely played a factor. We can go ahead. Let's play another clip here. Hey, what's up, guys? Just a real quick interruption here. So per request, been trying to add some clips, as you guys see. So just a quick intermission. I haven't been able to add those clips. The video keeps getting flagged for copyright infringement. Even though I believe under fair use, I am all covered. I'm, muting their video. I'm chopping it up into small sections. I'm voiceovering it. For whatever reason, it's still getting flagged. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to post without, unfortunately, for now. I have submitted, just so you guys know, submitted a claim to F1 TV to try and get to where I can use their copyright stuff. I'll keep you posted on how that journey goes. I really have no idea. Part of me just wanted to stay kind of under the radar because it's potential that they could flag us for other stuff if they know. But if we want to really grow this channel and take it to that next level, we have to be able to provide a little bit more production value for you guys, a little bit more of those clips. So that's what we're going to do. We put in that submission. So fingers crossed everything goes okay. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. Thank you guys. Sorry for the interruption, and we'll get back to the video for you, where we just show the rain, man. Especially you see guys, Max here on the slicks, he took those tires far beyond. They were only rated to go, like 40 laps, something like that. And there you go. You see Carlos Sainz again making a mistake. Just on the medium tires, they just had no grip. You guys can see how wet the track is. There's Magnussen. He tried to stay out even longer after everybody was switching to inters, hoping that the track would dry up, but it just didn't. This is the onboard with Lewis Hamilton. You just see he doesn't make a mistake. You just see how wet the track is. All the rain on his visor. Again, there's Checo, just sliding around, making mistakes. I think his race was very similar as far as, Carlos Sainz is just kind of impatient and just we're not having really well put together laps. It's really just the biggest thing. And Max comes home to win the race. I think he drove really, really well. Just like in qualifying, he put in quite a few laps that were touching barriers and things like that. And honestly, around Monaco, you kind of have to do that if you want to put in really fast laps. But it's a really fine margin of error, just a hair more, and you see a big crash like we did with Sergio yesterday, right? So other than that, like there wasn't a whole lot of safety cars. Actually, there was no safety cars. Just a couple quick yellow flags, not even a virtual safety car, which especially with the tightness of that track and all the battling going on, there a lot of touching, but it was really exciting to see and having everybody shuffling around for track position using strategy was really fun to watch. And then the rain, watching everybody struggle, it's fun to watch. We see as a spectator, how much difficulty it is to go from even just dry to sort of dry to wet to back to sort of dry, right? And the different driving style that you have to do, and you have to really feel that car. And I think that's a lot of fun to watch, especially around such a tight track like Monaco, where there's no margin of error. You see on the video, like how slow those guys are going through some of those turns, especially when they have no grip. The lap times were decreasing about 15 seconds a lap, which is major. So yeah, exciting to see. Max really extended his championship lead. So there's that. Let's throw ahead and we'll throw up the we'll throw up the top 10 race results. So we already basically touched on them, but we didn't talk too much about the Ferrari boys, just that, Leclerc ended up in 6th, kind of staying where he was, Sainz getting 8th, and then we got rounding out the top 10 again, Piastri, Norris, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Ocon, Alonso, and Verstappen. The championship lead now is quite a bit. So if we look at the driver standings, Max has got a pretty sizable lead now after 6 races over Sergio. It's still a long season. We got 23 races on the calendar this year, so anything could happen. A lot of things can come up. Really excited to see, Alonso pushing into that 2nd place spot, as much as I'd love to see Sergio win the title. Alonso's challenging, and it's really fun and exciting. I want to throw in another clip of Alonso here. Just fun, just a fun shot, tending to his flowers. Just funny because we talked about him, paying such attention to the flowers in Miami, thinking like, man, apparently his side job is just being like a horticulturist or something, just maybe a passion of his. I don't know. But I thought that was pretty cute in a lighthearted, fun way. I think he's really enjoying the season. I think it's clear that he's enjoying the car. He's got 6 consecutive, places in 4th or better. Today being 2nd place, his highest finish. Just exciting to see. I think he's enjoying it, having a good season, and that lightheartedness kind of goes into the rest of the thing, and when we talk about mental performance, when you're performing at that level and things are fun, you're less in your head, you're less just on the track, you're in the car, you're feeling it, and it plays a huge role for just the longevity of your season too, and how well you're performing each weekend. So guys, that's the biggest thing. Throw up the rest of the results here, and then the team standings. Red Bull again kind of running away with it. I'd say the biggest change is Mercedes is only 1 point behind Aston Martin for that 2nd place spot. So we might, be having a nice battle towards the end of the season for 2nd place. Pretty exciting to see. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy the show, enjoy the race. Got some good feedback from fans. Thank you guys for subscribing. Just want to, always thank you guys. We really appreciate the support. It's the only way this channel is going to grow is if you guys are liking the content. So tried to take your feedback into account and put those onto, videos straight away. So please, guys, always open to suggestion, anything that makes you want to watch our channel more. We're here for it, right? So thank you guys. We love you very much. Again, like, share, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next week for Barcelona. It's going to be exciting. Bye, guys.